Hey guys, I'd finished up part 2 of the video of the junkyard tour right in here. So I'm gonna bring us back. We was talking about the little Dodge Omni and stuff here. If you remember the video in part 2, this is where we ended up at. This is part 3, of course. So I'm gonna bring us back around this front part and back down the next aisles over. We just got through with a pretty decent little rain we had today. So everything is good and wet and soggy right now. We'll come over here. Might as well just go up through here, come back around and come back to this side. Just make a circle around these here. Little Ranger 4-wheel drive, a Range Rover, of course the old bump side, as everybody calls them now, Ford truck, 67 through 72. The dually, I do need to get it back out of here. Figure out what's going on with it. It just died one day, and I haven't had a chance to mess with it anymore to see what's going on with it. And the blue and gray truck behind it there as well. It's got some kind of little issue. We just need to get figured out, see what in the world is going on with them. And they have 250 Super Duty 4x4. We even got a short bus. Short bus right here. With air conditioning in the back window. And Thunderbirds. There's a van hiding in the trees over there. I don't know if you can even see it or not. Dent side Ford truck. It was actually a truck that was running driving. The guy that had it passed away, and the truck just sat for several years. So we got it, brought it here, primed the carburetor, and the thing started right up. Need to spend a little time with it, getting it back on the road, make it a for sale vehicle. But there is a little bit of everything down through here as well. Trailblazers and F-150s and Saturns, Cavalier convertible, Cobalts and Lincolns. Jeep 4-wheel drive. That is a 1933 Oldsmobile sitting up there. 68 Ford Thunderbird sitting on the other side of it. Still got the 429 Thunderjet motor in it. Of course, the Kia 63 Impala Super Sport. Ford trucks over here as well. That is a 63 Impala SS. 78 4-wheel drive. If you had seen one of my videos of me flipping a car back over onto its wheels from upside down in the road, it was this Buick Enclave sitting here. No diesel truck. And the Chevy here broke a timing chain. Come back over to this other side and come back down. There's a little bit of everything in here. Malibus, Windstars, a Volkswagen Bug. That was a great running Bug back when it was parked. It belonged to a good friend of mine that everybody just called Bear. He ran a restaurant in Sparta, but he passed away. But he used to drive that Bug all the time before he passed away. And I ended up with it, and it's just been sitting here for many, many years. And we got Trans Ams lined up here. Need to take the motor and tires and wheels off of this truck, put them in this truck. think the motor was a little small in that Trans Am. Cover is blowed off of this one again. The old motor has stuck. This was a turbocharged 301. We had done covered the rows of Nissans and Toyotas there. Blazers, no Dodge 330. F-150 4x4. 1987 model. As long as nobody has changed them, I'll show you something about a 1987 model that is 87 model only. And that is these lockout hubs. The lug nuts come off, the wheel comes off, and this whole hub pulls off. Kind of like the old school Ranger and Bronco 2. 87 is the only one that had this whole lockout hub like that. The rest of them are just a little hub that bolts on with a row of bolts around here, 6 bolts, and just about that thick. And the hub itself comes out here to the lockout. This whole thing is the lockout on the 87. There's a 1969 Grand Prix sitting over there. Tahoe. That knocked out the little corner part of the yard here. So now, let's go back down this way and make a left. And this is all Rangers. Then we get down towards the end, and then there's some full-size trucks. And got a couple motorcycles in here. But starting with this row, we go all the way down, and it's basically Rangers. Some motorhomes in here as well. That one is actually a little Mazda, but it's the same thing basically as a Ranger, so it made it in the Ranger row. This little four-wheel drive right here was a STX truck. A friend of mine bought it brand new, and it came factory. Since it was an STX, it came factory with the row bar and push bar. Four-wheel drive, Ford Motorsports. It was a power window truck, nice little truck in its day. These little square body style Rangers seem to be making a big comeback right now. A lot of people are looking for parts for those. You got one Ranger sitting on the back, or the cabin front end sitting on the back of a full-size truck over here. That was a little four-wheel drive as well. A lot of these little Rangers was four-wheel drive. A little square body Ranger there was a four-wheel drive. I like the grill in it. Some of these Rangers I have had for many, 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 many years. little blue Ranger right there is a four-wheel drive as well. That one was a real good little truck, and a tree fell on it. And we get right down here, and it turns into the full-size Broncos. There's the Excursion I did the video of loading and hauling the other day. Since we didn't walk through this lower part on the right down here either, might as well knock that part out now. Since we knocked the upper part out, we'll go ahead and knock this lower part out. I've walked y'all all through the middle of all here. Then when we come back up, we'll come back up this roadway right here. Thunderbirds and Mercury Cougars sitting in here. That little Aspire. And we're getting into the Mercury Marquise and the Crown Vic. Several of these old Crown Vics, those old cop cars. And a tree fell across the top of these. And we'll turn and come back up this road with this old Escort. Don't see many of those left around anymore. That was a two-door Escort style that came out with. There's another body style Escort. And the Mercury wagon. The old Tempo. Don't see a lot of those left out around anymore either. The Ford Contour. A lot of those cars you just don't see on the road much at all anymore. There's a Ford Focus with S10 hood. These setting out long ways right here. If you guys have been watching my other videos, knows that they're fixing to go across the road into the stack just to make more room over here. They're sitting out here where I can get the row back to the front of them to take them across the road. Some old school neons, don't see a lot of those left anymore either on the road. And we've got Tauruses all down this row. We've been cutting the underbrush out of here. We got it all piled up in the middle right now. We're going to have to get all this cleaned out where we can mow. Then we turn into Lincolns like the Zephyr. And the LS Lincolns. Come back up this row over here, but before we do, I'll go ahead and knock this corner out around here. This is mostly just vans, Ford and Chevy. There's several of those lined up here. A lot of the old DHL vans. There's the old taxi cab. Couple of the old probes in there sitting beside the Focus. There's two different body style probes. And the old Tempo again, and the Contour, and row of vans. We're just going to have to see from here probably of the Windstar, Aerostar. Those are just kind of rode back to back against this row. A lot of these old Tempos and Tauruses and Escorts down here. Old school ones. And this may have been the only Mercury Sable I think I've ever seen that had the top on it like that. Kind of like a padded cushiony, almost like a vinyl top on that car. We might have this cleaned out enough now to walk down through here a little bit. So many of these older Tauruses and Escorts in here. Of course, in front of that, some full-size vans and an Escort wagon, Jeep. One of these little Aerostar vans was actually a four-wheel drive. It's the only one I ever had that was four-wheel drive on an Aerostar. A little Tempo and a Ford Fiesta on the other side of it. But one of these Aerostar vans here was four-wheel drive. And there's a lot of these vans in here. I'm actually thinking it was that gold one right down there towards the end. This blue one next to it here, one of the two. I think it was the gold one. Yeah, it was that gold one right there. That is a four-wheel drive Aerostar. Let's cut through here. Come back out because a lot of it's still growed up. Thunderbirds, Cougars. It kind of still growed up through there. We got to get in here and get all this cut out as well. We've got a good start on it. We'll just go out around this way and come back up this row. Mercury. There's a Thunderbird. It had a 50 HO in it. And Cougars and more Focuses. Stuff growing over up here. That's a Mercury Sable sitting in there. The old Lincoln had the 50 in it. And the front wheel drive Continental. Town car. Another old Bronco. As soon as we go back through here, we've got other motor homes. Some of these old Dodges, OK car. Neon, another OK car. And once we get here, we have Firebirds and Camaros. Then the next body style Firebird and Camaro's in here. It's almost growed completely over. And once we get into this Camaro, there's another row behind these. That is Camaro and actually Chevettes and stuff in there as well, but they're about growed plumb over. We can't even see them rode down through there. They're in there. We got some more motorhomes here, and then we got Mustangs. Box bodies. Convertibles. Fastbacks. Trunk lid cars. I don't know how far we can get down this way through them. The way they're growed up in there right now. Until you go way on down through there. We'll come back down around the other side. And this is video part number 3. Like I said, if you guys want to look up part 1 and part 2. And we'll have to do a part 4, 5, 6, and maybe even 7. But to me, we're going to start getting in the cooler cars, the older cars, here on the next video. We'll be going back into the woods over here and getting some of those. Like I said, all these are all Fox body. Mustangs is through here. It's growing up. That one was actually a 79. First year of the Fox body. And we got a couple 2000s, actually 3 sitting out here. The Fox body's back in there. Then we got rows of them, just miscellaneous out through here. These had all came from a towing lot at one time that's been several years ago. There's a little bit of everything up this row that's growed over, up this row that's growed over. Little Spark, Tacoma 4-wheel drive. There is everything up through there from HHRs, Pacificas. Like these are going down through there, they're getting growed over where you can't even really see a lot of the cars in there. Blazers, Stratuses. The Chevy Venture, the Dodge Charger, Ford 4-wheel drive. There's even a Tiburon, Altima, little Tiburon. And Explorers had a hard way to go. There's several Volkswagens through there. That little red thing you see at the end is a Rabbit. We got Rabbits and Jettas and the old Bugs and newer Bugs. There's cars in there you can't even see. Of course, I've showed you guys already in the previous videos all of these right here. And there's old school Subarus. This is the other side of the Chevette. Down there is one of even the older first body style front wheel drive Chevy Novas. Fieros. There is a little bit of everything here. Especially everything that's a little older. Well, it's coming down. I told you guys we'd come back out this roadway right here. And we have just covered a little section of the lower yard right here. And we're back where we just walked down from. And so I'll turn and show you. We just covered this little section right here. We've already covered in the previous videos. If you want to check those videos out, everything all through there. Now we're going to come back up this row. These trucks and Broncos. Hey, there's a little turtle. Hey, little turtle. Hey, little buddy. What you think? All kinds of stuff out here in the junkyard, ain't there? We'll let him be and let him go on his way. But now we just came down this row of Rangers. There's a row of Ford trucks right here, all the way up through. And this row of trucks, the stuff goes up to and around. I'm gonna take us back up this row. We'll go to right here. And we'll stop at this corner coming up this way of these Broncos. Stopping's right here on the corner. And then I'm gonna take this corner here, probably do 2 rows at a time of the Ford trucks and Broncos. and Bronco 2s. And we'll come back on the next video. We'll cover everything on the right side of the gravel road here. The next video we'll come back and we'll have to cover everything on the left side of the gravel road and what's in those woods over there. Bronco 2 parts, people are saying, are getting real hard to come by. And I have just kept these old Bronco 2s for many, many years. That one is about picked over, but there's still things on it. We've got lots of Explorers on up through here. Still running the full-size Ford truck in the road behind it. We got Explorers, Explorer Sport Tracks, and we've got Explorer everything for the older Explorers. Look at them wheels. We have drove that one right there many, 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 many miles. Like I was saying, this is video number 3. We come back, we'll start on this side of the roadway and go with video number 4, because there's vehicles all back through those woods. They're everywhere. Over here will be our next video of these vehicles. We're winding up on the Explorer row here now. Going back around in front of the garage. There's Jeeps all down through there, rows of Jeeps. We'll come back and do those as well. We are now coming back to the front of the garage. I'll come back, do you guys part 4 of the junkyard tour here real soon. Hope everybody has a great day. And if you enjoy what you see, please go to my channel, subscribe, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell.